The 2019 SGA election season kicked off with a debate Thursday evening. The presidential candidates shared their plans for the Student Programming Allocation Committee and their plans to promote diversity on campus.
SPAC is dead. She's not coming back, she's dead, and we need to find a replacement. And I've been involved with the conversations surrounding student programming for pretty much the past year and a half since all the SPAC crisis kind of resurfaced again last academic year. And I think we need a process that needs student representation on it, because there's a lot of talk right now of creating the replacement to SPAC, whatever board kind of funds organizations to do programming, and not having students on that. We need students on that. Other UT system universities have students on their counterpart of SPAC. We need a process that also protects both large organizations and especially small organizations.
I trust President Boyd, I trust Interim Chancellor Davis, and I trust our administration to keep their word that there will be students involved in the process to replace SPAC. I'd also like to say that we support, as our campaign, that educational student programming. We think that educational student programming is an absolutely phenomenal way for students to get involved on campus and to really find who they are, to figure out what they want their experience to be like on Rocky Top. And we would be a fierce advocate for educational programming, and we'll make great deals with the board. We will negotiate with the state, with the administration, whoever it needs to be, to make sure that we get a great deal for the SPAC replacement fund.
Something that I've learned through different advocacy experiences with students with disabilities or other groups of students on campus is when we go to students or when we see that there is something that's not going well, we can't go into that space and assume that we know what they need. I don't know what students at the Pride Center need. I don't know what students with LGBTQ+ in that community who are maybe not involved with the Pride Center, I can't walk in and tell them what they need. I need them to tell me what they need, and I need to legitimize those needs. And I might have ideas and I might have things to contribute, but I cannot assume to know that experience.
Students that work with the Pride Center and use the Pride Center and go to the Pride Center, they were promised a space in the union. There's a space that sits there that was intended for the Pride Center to occupy. I want to see that come to fruition. That's going to be a long-term process, and that's why we need continuity of work. That's why things don't get done every year. But on top of that, I also think there are ways that we can let students know that our faculty, our staff, that they value them. So how do we do that? I think we can promote Safe Zone training. Allow students to know what faculty on campus have been Safe Zone trained. What have they done to actually value their identities on our campus? And I think that's so important and something that we owe to students.
The vice presidential candidates shared their plans for Senate and how they would address the mental health crisis on campus.
The purpose of the Undergraduate Student Senate is representing them well, but also we want to make sure that we're holding them accountable. And so along with that, it's just encouraging our senators to really reach out and making sure and holding that accountability. And one of the things that I want to bring in is that I just want to create a fun culture, and like a culture that we are being accountable and we're holding these expectations for each other. Like when we come into this room, we are going to get stuff done. Okay, and it's not just like an obligation, oh, I have to go to this meeting every single week. You are representing students. We are going to reach out to those students and make sure that we're going to do that.
I think there's a lot of opportunities where our senators sometimes kind of get fluctuated and get kind of like stuck within SGA, but ensuring that we're engaging with the communities they're already involved in, continuing to go back to those organizations, and really looking at different areas that they can impact. And so I think with our campaign and even everybody else running for Senate, there's a lot of diversity in this opportunity of working with Senate that we can really get them engaged with their community and not just save it for we're in the room, but when we're out in the communities, when we're in classroom, having these conversations like, hey, what do you think about this legislation? What maybe can benefit and improve your experience here on campus?
The first step we really want to take is to help the Counseling Center set up a committee with students, faculty, and staff in the staff of the Counseling Center to make sure that they're attacking these issues and these concerns about the Counseling Center head on, and that they're not getting behind it. So that's our first step we want to take, and then eventually our more long-term goal is that we want to try to look at and see if we can allocate some more dollars with the student health fee, because mental health is a growing crisis in our country, and so this is something we need to get ahead of now rather than later.
there are many great resources on campus that students can go to, and promoting those is very important, like they both said. One thing that our campaign is doing, and one of our policies, is promoting the AWARE policy, and that is for a better, safer campus. And being aware of your condition, being aware of your surroundings, and being aware of your location is just one step closer to being safer on this campus. And with that, I think that will help promote and remarket different things like mental health or any other kind of safety hazards around campus.
The student services directors discussed how they would implement campus planning.
Smokey's Closet, I think they do fantastic work. I think they could really benefit from maybe expanding what they already have and maybe moving it more to almost a Smokey's house, perhaps, where they could have more than just professional attire there. They could have casual things, furnishings that students can bring in, other students can come. Things that help students feel at home when they get to the University of Tennessee.
I would love to see a student services committee or student services initiative, almost like an introduction to student leadership and student involvement committee, where we bring these students in, we let them see what student leadership looks like, with all the areas where they can actually find that passion that they love, and then get plugged in. Even like I said, if that isn't with student services or SGA as a whole, if we're helping more students become student leaders and become involved on campus, to me, that's success, and that is retention.
Sometimes people in SGA hold themselves to a higher degree, and that needs to stop. People in SGA, they only go to other campus events for a constituency hour, and I think that also needs to stop. We need to do more collaboration with other organizations and also support them, because at the end of the day, when we are in times of need, we're never united.
There are 1,600 transfer students. I'm the only one that I've seen in SGA. So clearly we need to remarket how we go after upperclassmen and transfer students specifically, because we have a lot to bring. You know, we've come from another place. We probably don't know as many people as all of you. So we're eager to learn new things and make new friends. So it absolutely is very crucial to expand on the partnerships that we have, but not only expand on the partnerships we have, but make new ones that can strengthen.
Check out our website for more coverage of Thursday night's debate.